in chapter 15, it preludes, or it preludes with the teaching and the understanding that Abram has been given a blessing of the Lord, and God has declared that he was chosen, and he's blessed. He's blessed. And as we go into chapter 16 here, I want to use symbolically, I want to use Abraham as the seed. Somebody say the seed.
The seed.
And I want to use Sarah and Hagar as the soil to represent two types of soil, right? And you'll fit either in one or the other. Just say, that's me. That's me. That's me. And I'm going to go down through the text, amen, and just pull out. But Abram is the seed that's already declared in chapter 15 as being blessed. It has everything it needs to function, to do, to produce what it needs to produce. It just needs the right soil. Right? It just needs the right soil, and that's very important. And so I want to use for a thought today that seemed to be kind of off and kind of thrown to the curb, but I'm going to use a thought today. Oops, my bad. I know for the older folks, I'm like, can you do something better than that? But I'm going to help you out. Oops, my bad. And when we understand what oops, my bad means, it means I made a mistake. My fault. I didn't really understand what I was doing. Now that it's come to the light.
Yes.
Say, oops, my bad. So you will see how it fits. You see this thing. The scripture says something like this. Now Sarah, Abram's wife. Now this is important because I want to just really dissect it. Sarah's name means princess. She is a woman of notoriety. She is the somebody. Somebody say somebody.
Somebody.
She is the somebody. She has it going on. She has stuff. She has money. She has a nice house. She has a nice ride. You know, she got some money in the bank. She got a husband that's flossing. Somebody say Sarah.
Sarah.
She's the princess. Abram, whose names mean father of elevation there. He's not Abraham yet. He is father of elevation. He's not father of many nations yet. He's not fully poised yet. He's not in his full development yet. But he is father of elevation, which means it has the potential to go farther. It has the potential to become greater. He's representing as a seed. So his name means the father of elevation. Anybody with me?
Amen.
So it's important. It says, Abraham's wife bare him no son or no children. And she had and handmaiden an Egyptian. She was connected with the seed. She is the soil.
All right.
But she could not bear any children. She could not bring forth any harvest. Are you with me?
Amen.
With that other word for bearing is another word for labor. That word labor is important, which means she couldn't work it. I thought about this. I thought about this as I thought about us getting the right seed, getting the right word, but still can't work it.
All right. All right.
How are you part of the soil? You're soil. All of us are soil here. Which part? We're going to find out in a minute which one you are. We're all soil, but we get the seed, but we still can't work it. We can't seem to produce any harvest.
All right.
You're hearing truth, but you don't have any manifestation of the fullness of truth manifesting in your life. You're hearing holy, but at work you can't be holy. What's going on? Well, Sarah, she had a handmaid. That was the Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. Hagar, supposed to say Hagar.
Hagar.
Now, the name Hagar means flight. She's flighted. She comes from Egypt, which means double straits, or another word for dire straits. difficult place. Now say with me. Some of us are Sarais while others are Hagars.
All right.
Some of us are Hagars. Hagars meaning that you come from an area that is always challenging. You grew up in a challenging neighborhood.
All right.
You were in the projects. Come on, let's make it plain. You always have to fight your way through things. That's Hagar's saw. It's always a challenge to you. Always difficult to get on the upside.
Yeah.
I know there's some Hagars in here.
Yes, Lord.
Saul, that it speaks of being challenged twice. Always difficult. You get the good seed, but it's always a fight. You got to fight for folks. You got the seed given to you. You got to fight for what's been given to you.
All right. All right.
It's mine. Say his name. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. I'm way more excited about this than you are. Because I see us as Saul. I see us as Saul who get the right seed. But we always complain and see, really, honestly, Sarah had problems because she couldn't bear it, so she was complaining about having the right seed but couldn't work it.
All right.
And then Hagar had the right seed, but she said, I always got to fight for mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see us. I see us. Yeah.
Yeah, that tells me about the body of Christ. They never really have it all. Always having some, oh Lord, I got to fight for it.
Yep. Come on now.
And Sarah said to Aaron, behold, now the Lord has restrained me from bearing. He's kept me from bearing. It ain't my fault. He's kept me from what? Bearing. I pray thee, go into my maid, that it may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abraham hearkened to the voice of Sarah. Sarah knew that the seed was good. She knew the seed was good. But she didn't want to wait
Well.
and work it out.
All right. All right.
Sometimes you're getting the right word, but are you willing to wait and work the seed that you've been given?
All right.
God didn't say no, he just said wait.
All
Yes,
right.
Lord.
Amen.
Yeah.
It's time for me to start my ministry. It's time for me to do something. It's time for me. It's time. Hold on, baby. It's still a seed.
Yeah.
And when it's still a seed, you don't have no harvest. You can't feed nobody no seed.
Yep.
All right.
Come on
Oh, you
now.
missed it.
All right.
I'm trying to stay in the pocket. You cannot feed people seed. Seed is to be put into the ground to bring forth the harvest.
Amen.
When you have some fruit, then you can share.
Come on.
Amen.
Get some fruit.
She don't want to wait, and we know the story. She want to make something happen.
Come on now.
No, it ain't really my fault. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something else. I'm going to work another plan.
Yeah.
And so I want to bring Hagar in this. So she can carry my seed and produce my harvest. Here's the word. Nobody can produce your harvest for you out of your seed but you.
Come on now.
Amen.
You cannot expect to take my fruit and work your field.
Wow.
Yes, Lord.
You can't take my anointing and work your field.
All right.
You got to get your own seed. You got to groom it. You got to allow it to go through the process.
Yes.
You got to wait your turn.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
I said you got to wait your turn so you can produce your own fruit.
Amen. Amen.
No shortcuts.
Well, I wish I
Yeah.
don't know. Sometimes I like for them to jump up and turn around and high five somebody. Yeah, okay.
We got you, Apostle.
Somebody say wait.
Wait.
The seed went. Listen, she said, I want you to go over there and get with my headman. I want you to understand the bigness of this, the bigness, the awe of this. She sent what was due to her to produce her harvest to another place.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
How many times have you ushered your word in another direction?
Wow.
Oh, that wasn't for me. That wasn't for me. He was talking. That wasn't for me. That's not for me. He ain't talking to me.
Yeah.
How many times have you ushered your word in another direction?
Yes.
Go over there to her.
Yeah.
Go over there to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want us to hear by the Spirit. That's real good. To understand that your seed, if you usher it away, you're going to find out that it'll work for somebody else.
Obed Edom. Come on now.
And it didn't work for you, but it worked for somebody else. And they end up receiving what should have been yours.
Lord. Yes, Lord.
You should have had first fruit. You should have had the oldest. But because you wouldn't wait on God,
All right. All right.
you worked another plan. And you put in what we call the second string. The B team. The sideliners. Because the truth is, you trying to prove that you're not at fault for not bringing the harvest.
All right.
But the truth is, you the problem.
All right.
Sarah. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Wow.
Now, she wasn't really trying to get no baby for her husband. She's trying to X out the whole point, say it's really not me to solve the problem. She's really saying it's the seed.
Yeah.
And what we try to do today is try to say that it's not really me, it's that preacher.
Yeah.
It is what he keeps saying. He's just picking on me. I'm doing way better than you, child. I want you to say something because you make me notice. I'm right up in your house, all up in your Kool-Aid, checking out your cabinets. You hate for folk to show up at your house and just start going through stuff, opening up cabinets. You be like, hold on a second, wait a minute. Why y'all up in my stuff? All up in my business.
You up in there. You in there.
I'm all up in your business. I know that.
Yeah, you are.
You start saying amen and be like, at least you can pretend.
Stay live. Thank you, Lord.
I love this. And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her handmaid, right? The Egyptian, after Abraham had dwelled there 10 what?
Years.
In the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. After 10 years, I thought that was important because 10 is the number of testimony. She was right at the point.
Okay. Come on now.
She was right at the point of getting her money from her test. She was right at the point of getting over the hump. But because she got stagnant, she didn't want to wait no longer. If I can't tell you nothing else today, I need to get this in your spirit. Learn how to wait on God. Learn how to wait on what God had declared about your life. The seed is already anointed. The seed already have power. You just need to accept it in and let it work on you. Let it work on you. Let it change you. Let it move inside of you. Let it change who you are.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
Yes,
Lord.
God.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
You do understand as you get pregnant, things going to change.
Yes.
Help us, Holy Ghost. I'm trying not to really preach it. I do really want to teach this.
Hallelujah.
10 years at the point of turning, at the point of change, only to find out that she gives up at that point, and she's the place of Canaan, which means the valley. She She's in the process. She's in the fight. She's in the valley. And God's about to make her a winner. You've been going through this all this time, and you're ready to let the devil tell you, well, I'm just going to leave that church because I'm just tired of it. You know where your fight been. Right in the valley. Ain't nobody there for me. I'm looking for me a husband. I'm looking for me a wife. Hold on. Just hold on a second.
Yeah.
The house is for you to get pregnant in the spirit.
Yeah.
You still trying to move about in the flesh, in the carnality. You're looking at somebody else and saying, oh, that ground looks a lot more fertile than mine. You're looking for the wrong thing. Look to get pregnant in the spirit so you can change.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord. This is good. Yes, Lord. She gave her blessing away. Some folks are just notorious about leaving the blessings on the table. I hear prophets say it all the time. If you leave it, I'm going to take it. Whatever you leave, I think Lady Swan, she said too, whatever's left, I'll take it. You leave it, I'll take it. I'll take yours. You don't want yours, I'll take yours and mine. I'll take that. Whatever you leave on the table, I'll take it. Because it's all seed for me. The important part of this in the body of Christ today is that we're leaving the blessing really on the table because we do not understand the power of the seed. We don't see the potential of the seed. How it can become a great harvest.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord. Think about it just for a moment. How many times have you left your blessing on the table? Just because we give up in the process. Just because we throw in the towel in the process. And he went into Hagar and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. He went into the soil that said, I'll take it. He went to the one and said, Apostle, they may not want the raw truth, but give me the raw truth. Tell me where I'm missing it. Tell me what I need to do to get it. Tell me what I need to do to stay holy. Oh, she was going to say, yeah, put it in me. Y'all stay with it. Put it in me. I'll get pregnant with it.
Yeah. Good.
Abram like, okay. Because the seed goes where it's accepted.
Yes, Lord. Come on now.
If you reject the seed, then what happened is fall to the ground. And we already know if you read the Bible a little while, the men that put the seed on the ground, God said, you don't get the blessing.
All right. Amen. Amen.
I think that got one of the patriarchs in trouble. Yeah, he was concerned about the seed going, the blessing going to somebody else.
All right.
Stay with me. Listen, do not allow your seed to hit the ground because you're worried about somebody else being blessed.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Y'all who read the Bible know exactly where I'm going, what I'm talking about. You want you to worry about somebody else getting all the accolade. I did all the work in the back, and he didn't say nothing about what I did.
Come on now.
They telling him, yeah, Apostle, this place is nice, and these folks are doing this, and they doing that. You know, now I'm doing the work.
Yeah.
Don't let your seed spill to the ground.
Yes.
Let it go inside you. Let it produce a harvest.
Yes.
Even if somebody else has to reap the benefits.
Right.
Oh, yes. Sometimes you are not the one that reap the benefits. Or you're willing to do the work. And somebody else get the promotion.
All right.
Yes, Lord, help us, Holy Ghost. Are you willing to do the work and somebody else get the data boy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you willing?
Come on now. You preaching.
Seed. Somebody say seed.
Seed.
He goes into the one that received, the soil that received him. She welcomed him in. She gets pregnant. She gets pregnant because the ground is ready. It doesn't have a whole lot of stuff on his mind. She's not trying to get rich. She's not trying to drive the best and become a CEO of this, that, and the other. She's not trying to floss in front of everybody else. She's not trying to live way up here. She just said, if I could just get a seed, just give me a little something I can work with, baby, I'll work it. I don't need 3,000, just give me 300, I'll work with them.
All right.
Well, I know. Yes, where I am. Her soul was ready to receive because she didn't have a whole lot of other stuff going on in her mind. She wasn't trying to figure out anything else. Watch this. But most of all, what I love about it is that she was used to laboring. You can sit back up. She was used to working. And so when you've been prepared and you've been working and you've been laboring, you're ready to hold the seed. The Lord knew that Sarah had not been in a place of working, so she was not ready to hold the seed. She too used to folks serving her. Always, everybody need to bow down to me. Everybody need to talk to me first.
You preaching. She wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. And some of us, we ain't ready. You ain't ready. Just give me the mic. You ain't ready.
Okay.
Promotion just doesn't just happen. You got to show yourself a bit of labor.
All right.
You want to get pregnant, you need to act like you can hold it. God is not into abortions,
You better speak.
naturally or spiritually.
Yes, God.
If he put it in you, he expects you to do the whole process. All 9 months of it. I know when the 9-month process is going on, things are changing when you get pregnant in the spirit realm. You start to push out something. You can begin to walk differently. Say it again. When the seed is in you, in the fertile soil, you begin to walk differently. Have you seen a mother when she started walking, when she was pregnant?
Jesus.
She used to have that straight walk, and now this she just wobbling, just. And you looking at her like, Lord, have mercy. I know it.
Yes, Lord. She like she hurting. Yes, God.
Uncomfortable. Baby sitting up here, sitting down there, all around here, pushing at that, and you like going, Lord, have mercy.
Bless her.
As a man, I'm going, thank you, Jesus. But he didn't leave us without, because in the spirit realm, as a man of God, you get to experience the birth pains and the process.
Yes, God.
When she got pregnant, this is something you can't do. Once you receive the seed, and you know there's something working in you, and God is changing you and reshaping you, and what you can't do is look over at somebody else
That's right.
who hadn't gotten pregnant yet
All right.
and think that they're less than.
All right.
You're supposed to be the prophet. But look at me. Where your baby at? Sarah, where you at? You're supposed to be the princess. You're supposed to be the one. They call you the madam. Yes, Lord.
But you struggle. Oh,
Y'all know how we do
we
it.
do.
Some of us can't stand to be blessed.
Stand it.
Can't stand to get pregnant. Can't stand to receive the increase. We start getting increase and we start acting some type of way. Trying to funny act this, you're funny acting self.
Yes.
You know how you do it. Looking at folks strange now. Despising them. Which means that word really means, she was looking at her as less than what she was.
Yeah.
As if she ain't all that.
Yeah.
See what I did?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See this right here? Check this out.
Yeah.
That's how she was physically, and we do the same thing sometimes in the spirit.
Amen.
Check me out.
Amen.
Check out my preaching skills. Check out how I hit these drums. Play on the keyboard. Check me out. Watch out for that spirit of self-exaltation
Amen. Amen.
because you're pregnant.
Amen.
The man of God really shared something this morning which had to do exactly what was going on with her. She was seated with something that was great, but she thought at that point she was the only one that was going to get pregnant.
All right.
She thought that she was the only one that was going to make the melodies.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. The seed is powerful.
Well.
If it works in your life, it'll work in mine.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure that my soul is right.
Right.
That I've gotten over everything else and not exalting those things, but exalt the God that's in me.
Yes, Lord. Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
Just stay with me a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer.
Yes.
And Sarah said unto Abraham, my wrong be upon thee. Now that's a problem.
Ah.
I have given my maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Lord judged between me and thee. Wow. Did you hear it?
Yes, I did.
She said, my wrong be on you. Let's translate that. Don't blame the seed problem on me.
Oh.
Don't blame me about this.
All right.
It's not my fault.
Ain't my fault. You the seed.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Evidently your seed don't work in my ground. The only reason why the seed doesn't work in that soil is because the soil not ready for the seed.
Hey.
I'm going to this other church because over there, what they talking about, that don't work. That don't work. It don't work because your soil got a bunch of rocks in it.
All right, Apostle.
You're hard-hearted.
Yes, yes.
You got a bunch of thorns in it. You care too much about fleshly things.
All right.
That's the reason why this seed don't work in you.
Yeah.
But when soon as you get over yourself, then the seed will work for you.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Ready to receive.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
Gotta seal the ground. Break it up.
Yeah. I'm in your bathroom now, that dirty place.
Come on now.
The one in the back where you don't keep that clean. That bathroom. I want to expose some things right there. Verse 5. What verse is it? 6. I just finished 5. No, I got something else to say.
All right.
Hallelujah.
Man.
Why are you pregnant? Somebody gonna be talking about you.
What?
Why you pregnant? There's somebody else gonna be talking about you. Now I'm trying to work both angles. I'm trying to work the angle that Hagar don't need to have an attitude
Right.
and show herself showing out because she's pregnant.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'm dealing with also Sarah. I need to stop talking about the one that's pregnant.
All
Yeah.
right.
What we need to come to a point of agreement that listen, that the word works.
Amen.
And I just need to learn how to work the word for me.
Yes.
Because though you are pregnant, you can abort the baby if
All
you
right. I hear you.
your soul can get real nasty after a while.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
You better be careful.
Try. Just try.
And then Sarah, be careful talking about the one that's seeded.
Well.
Because what you're doing, you're empowering her seed.
Well.
Yes, Lord. Prove it, Apostle.
Yeah.
I really can't preach it without looking at the notes. I want to look at the notes. I want you to hear some things on purpose.
Uh-huh.
I want to run all the way to the bottom, just start just throwing all your stuff around. Just. And Abraham said to Sarah, behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it please thee. And when Sarah dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face. Abraham said, do what you do. whatever you want to do, you are the soil. And you have rights. But the problem is, you can't mishandle any of your rights. The scripture says, but she dealt hardly, or she oppressed, in other words, that was depressed or afflicted her. It's good. She afflicted her, and it was okay. When someone has been anointed and appointed to afflict your seed, to press your seed, to push on your seed, know that it is from God.
All right.
No seed will break in the earth except pressure has been applied.
All right.
Sarah thought she was doing something against her, but really it was working for her. When I'm telling you, when you get pregnant and somebody is pressing you or talking about you or coming against you, that's the pressure you need to produce a full harvest.
Yes. Yes, Lord.
We say stuff like this: embrace your haters. Make sure that they're there at the celebration table.
Yeah. Amen.
We need to understand that what we call negativity is actually promoting the press.
Well, all right.
The press break the seed. The seed bring forth the harvest.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, God.
Amen.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
So she was ordained by God to fight her.
Wow.
There's some folks in your life that are ordained by God to fight you on your job. And that's why we need to say yes. Next time they cuss you out, say celebrate.
Celebrate. Yeah.
Next time they lie on you, say celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah.
The pressure is for you. It works for you. The problem is we take on the Hagar spirit to flight,
Well.
to run. You're just runners, track stars. Don't ever want to stay in the pocket to deal with it. You got to understand something. We do a little football here. The running back, when he, listen, they tell him, like, I need for you to hit that center pocket. And listen, you're not allowed to go outside the pocket. Stay in the pocket.
Yes.
He knows when he gets to that pocket, he may be a linebacker waiting. And if he really follows the direction of his coach, he'll try to run right over him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when if you ever see the running back run over a linebacker, everybody go crazy. Because they understand the power that it took to push him down.
Yes,
Can I tell you something? If you stay in the pocket with the seed that's in you, baby, everybody around you going to say, whoa, look at her. Look how she came through that fight and what she had to deal with and what he had to deal with.
All right, Apostle.
Look at that power.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Tell it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, Lord. Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to mess with them?
Yeah.
Got some power.
Hallelujah. Yeah.
I don't think I can make no claim to that.
Did good. Did good.
Yeah.
She wanted to run. Runners. So we got some runners in here. That's all right. I'm anointed to cut. There's a spiritual amputation happening. You don't offend nobody. But Kunta Kinte, listen.
Oh, I hear you.
It's time for you to stop running.
Yeah.
I tell your neighbor, stop that running.
Stop that running.
Never run away from your press. Because there's a part of your pregnancy.
Yeah.
It's a part of the pregnancy to feel the pressure. It's a part of pregnancy to feel the uncomfortableness. It's a part of it. Someone say it's a part of it.
Part of it.
And the angel of the Lord found her by the fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way of Shur. Let's go again. And the angel of the Lord found her by what?
A fountain.
A fountain of water in the wilderness. By a fountain in the way of Shur. I want you to get this first of all. First of all, the angel means messenger. Well, there's a message that was given to her by the Lord. That word fountain means sight or eye. Not like a fountain, like a drink fountain. It means like a sight, or she was at a small opening that she saw water in the wilderness. And then there was a fountain or a sight or eye where she also saw Shur. Shur means wall. In her running, she saw a little bit of something that looked like it would provide for her, that it would work for her.
Wow.
But if you ever get to that little bit, you're going to find yourself being in a wilderness,
Yep.
in a dry place that cannot sustain your seed.
Yes.
This is why it's important not to run when God is processing you. Because your physical sight will call you to see something that look like it's hope. Look like it's going to work for you. And he came in with his swag and it looked like it's going to work for me, but the Spirit of the Lord says, stay still and see the salvation of God. You get a glimmer, a little something that look like it's going to work for you, and you're running after it. It's going to set you up in a dry place. Do you have to understand that she was running from a place that had been providing for her water, food, and shelter.
Yeah.
Listen, and she had never got a seed. But she still was being provided for. Oh, help us, Holy Ghost. I think you missing. You've been in church all this time. You really never got pregnant, but God is gracious. He still gave you water, food, and protection. When you weren't ready to get pregnant. Yes, God. We're talking about the grace of God right now. Man, we was in a place we were not even remotely ready to receive what he said, but he allowed us still to abide.
Thank you, Lord.
Well, that's some good news. That's some good news. When he could have, he wouldn't. Because he knew the potential of you getting pregnant.
That's right.
Man, if there's a potential for you getting pregnant, you should just stay in the house. Just stay in the house. Just don't run. Don't run. I know it don't look, over there, look like it's better, but don't run. I'm telling you, just stay put. Because the pressure don't push out the baby. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Help us, Holy Ghost.
Thank you, Jesus.
She gets a message to tell her, listen, it ain't what it looked like. That's the message, the angel of the Lord. It's not what it looked like. Don't go over there. I know it's 500,000 folks over there. But that ain't what it looked like.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yeah. Stay there, Lord.
Do you understand? Do you understand the reason why it's 500,000 folks? Folks only flock to stuff that make them comfortable.
Come on.
Let's go ahead and tell the truth. They flock to places that make them comfortable. When it's uncomfortable, folks are shifting, moving, and moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And only the chosen going to be remain.
Amen.
Only the chosen going to wait.
Amen.
The remnant.
The remnant.
Sometimes you got to move around. Even the remnant is like, let me just change the seat.
Yes,
Let me
God.
get people the arrow on this side.
Yes.
Sometimes you come in, just switch places. Kids stay over there. Just switch places.
Come on now.
Except the kids, they stay over there. It's good to move around and stir the dirt up a little bit.
Yeah.
What verse am I at? Because I know. Yeah, Renee. But she hits the, she about to hit the wall. That is not going to be pretty. I'm going to aid. But think about this. Hitting the wall in the spirit and you're pregnant. In the natural, it sends you to the hospital.
Yes, it will.
Everything needs to be checked.
Everything.
What do you think about happening in the spirit realm?
Oh.
Now, you do know the wall is represented by the enemy himself.
Yeah. Yes.
Nobody want to start over?
Nope.
Yes. We don't have no time for that.
Not in this season, we don't.
I don't want to start over.
Amen.
So I want to hear the message that tells me to stop running.
Yes.
talking to you. You. All of y'all. No more running. Apostle, I'm not running. Well, I ain't talking to you. But I'm talking to the rest of the youth that's running.
All right.
That want to run.
You know.
You don't. You ain't even on ribbon. Sit still like this. Oh, I'm sorry. You want to run. Some of y'all are sleeping. Now you just woke up. I used something carnal and you woke up. That's just sad. And he said, Hagar, Sarah's maid. Listen to what he said to her. He said, and he said, Hagar, Sarah's maid, whence cometh thou? Right? What does he say?
Whither wilt thou go?
And she said,
I flee
for the face of my mistress Sarah. Notice what he said to her. He said, he said, Hagar, Sarah's maid. The message is now realigning her.
Yeah.
You belong over here.
Yeah.
I know you're over there at that place, but you need to be over at New Living Word Church.
Wow.
You connected to Sarah. You're Sarah's maid. You're supposed to be serving in that house.
Now.
Some of us think that you can serve anywhere, but the truth is God has a particular place for you to serve. Because in that place that you're serving, that's the place you get pregnant at.
All right.
Your provision is also in that place.
Yes,
Everything you need is in that place. You don't have to look
Yes.
nowhere else. Look nowhere else. There's a song that said look nowhere else somewhere. Everything is in the house.
Amen.
We say it all the time. Everything is in the house, even though you don't know it sometimes. You're like, well, they don't have what I need. Just hold on. Sarah maid, where you going? Where you come from and where you going? Where you think you're going?
Yeah.
With the Lord's baby.
All right.
Oh, my bad. Oops, my bad. You thought it was yours.
Yeah.
Oops, my bad. You thought that anointing was yours. You thought that gifting was yours. Where you going with his baby?
Hey. Property of. Come on now.
Yeah.
Better stop playing.
Now bring my baby back here. That's what the Lord is. Bring it back here. That's my seed, said the Lord. Let me deal with my seed. Don't you take it over there.
Yes, Lord.
Come on now.
You just say, oops, my bad.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was mine. I thought my own strength was mine. I thought my life was mine. Your life is not yours. Your life belongs to God.
Yeah.
Amen. Yes.
All of us, we belong to Him. He paid the price.
Yes,
His blood paid the price.
Yes.
We say it, but do you know it?
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
I like to say it now. I've been rehearsing. Let your blood speak for me.
Yeah.
I've been rehearsing that in my spirit. God, let your blood speak for me.
Yeah.
Let me be identified by your blood. Transformation from the inside out.
Yeah.
And some of y'all identified by your blood. Who baby is it?
Uh-oh.
You know when he declares that it was his baby. For some of us, you got to ask the question, who baby is this? Because if it functions out of position, out of place, and out of time, it's not the Lord's baby.
All right. All right.
Oh. You can't get pregnant by another.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh. She is ran away because she will not confront what she needs to conquer. She will not confront it, what she needs to face. The believer that's pregnant, that's out of position, out of place, will not confront what you need. You would not confront it. It's going to be a problem. Because you won't conquer the place that you're in. Verse 9, 2 more verses, I'm done. And the angel of the Lord said to her, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to use 2 cuss words. And the angel of the Lord said to her, return, 1, to thy mistress and submit. That's number 2. Thyself under her hand.
You want me to do what?
Now hold on a second. Do you know how she treated me? Do you know what that preacher said? He was talking about me when he was preaching that time.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know it was about you? Because God knows there were 4 or 5 other people in the house with the same issue, with the same problem, said the same craziness that you said.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden it's about you. You know why it's about you? Because you got an issue with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you do. Man, sometimes you can just look in the mirror. I'm the problem. Boy.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
the
me.
problem.
Yeah.
Deal with me. God help
Yeah.
me.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Return, which means to go back. Baseline of one word, return, to go back. He said to her, Hagar, I need for you to go back to the place. Go back to that church, to that word, to what you told me last year, last month. Some of us need to work with what you already got because you ain't ready for a new one. Give me a fresh word. Give me a fresh. You don't need a fresh word. You need to work with what you've already been given.
That's it.
Dig around that seed. Dig around that seed. Nourish that seed. Pour some water on that seed, and let's see the harvest out of that.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Then I looked again at the word return. It also denoted circumcision. And I thought about myself, what did he say? Well, he said, make sure you tell them you need to trim the fat. You too big. You know everything.
Yes, God.
All right.
I said return. Oh, why I need to return? Why I need to? Why? I need for you to get why out of your vocabulary. Matter of fact, for this next season, give me 3 months. I need for you to do this for the next 3 months. I need for you not to ask any questions outside of the question that promotes you to grow.
Yeah.
Amen.
Outside of the question that promotes you to grow.
Amen.
Well, why in the world do we got them eagles in the pulpit? I need for you not to ask those questions.
Amen.
How am I blessed by the eagle? How can I get blessed by the eagle? Well, that's good. Let's go to Isaiah.
Come on now.
If the question is going to promote your advancement, yes, I can take the question. But in this season, if it ain't promoting you to grow, then don't ask the question.
Yeah.
I need for the seed to manifest, to grow, to become who God wanted to become.
Right.
Harvest. I'm looking for the harvest.
Yeah.
Submit yourself. Now, it was enough to tell me to go back. Now I have to submit.
Yeah.
That right there is a big deal. And I want to take my time with submission. Matter of fact, I really got a whole bunch of things on submission, but I ain't going to give you all that because I know my time. But this is just stay with me just a little bit longer. It's easy sometimes for us to come back or to go and sit down. But just because you're sitting down does not mean you're submitted.
Right. Amen.
Well, bless the Lord.
Yes.
I'm now all up in your private areas of your life. Because the truth is, we think because you got quiet, I ain't going to say nothing, that you submitted. And what is submission, Apostle? How do I do that? Submission is keyed on this one part. Is that when you take your authority and give it to another. Glory to God. Somebody speaking in tongues something.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to keep saying that word, submission, submission, submission. When when you take your authority and you give it to another, that's when you submit it. Which means now you don't have your own God or your own driving power.
All right.
You don't get to turn the remote. You know, it's your house with your TV, this my remote. Folks can't come unless you like them. They can put your remote. But if it's your house, your TV, and I'll tell you right now, anybody come to my house and can take that remote and start turning it beside my grandchildren, I'll be like, hold on a second. My TV. I don't even watch TV that much.
Nope, but it's
Most of the time what I do is just say, you know, can we, as long as it's something that's not, you know. And then when you go, I turn it off.
Yep.
But we have television. That television is
Collectors.
we might should give away TVs, y'all.
Praise the Lord.
Hold on a second. Hang on a second. I'm hearing from the Lord. Not to the church, because all they doing is watching TV. Okay, I hear the Lord.
So close.
Submission. I'm back on track. Give your authority over. This is one thing I've learned over time of the 16 years is that I do not, what we call pastor, or shepherd everyone.
Amen.
Because until you give your authority over, I do not shepherd you. You show up and you try to eat and your soul is no good until you submit.
All right. All right.
Tag it together. Return the notes back to a place in which she once was.
Yes. Yes.
Which means at first she was submissive.
Yes.
Therefore, that's how she got pregnant.
Yes.
All right.
But baby, if you want to produce this fruit, you need to get back to the place of submission.
Yes. Yes, Lord. Yes.
There you go. You know what it takes. You know. You need to do that. Otherwise, what you have is not going to work for you. Return. Say it with me. Return.
Return.
And submit.
And submit.
Now, I didn't use it as a cuss word, but it says where to return to and to where to submit to. He said, return to her, right? And submit under her hand. Do you understand about what her grip? I need for you to allow her to pull you around, to push on you,
Pressure. Yes.
Yeah.
to cut you, to do it. The word in verse 6 when it said hardly is the same word for submit in verse 9. These are the same Greek words that to denote, to oppress, to afflict. Watch this. So here's the picture. Leaving out, running out, she was afflicted by her. It took that push of her hand that was pushing her and pushing her. She said, I'm out of here. The angel of the messenger of the Lord said, listen, I need you to go back to the push.
Yeah. All right.
Go back to the afflict. Go back. Man, it's something else. Because I need you to get right back in the midst where it was hurt. I need for you to feel it again.
All right. All right. Yes, Lord.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Ooh, help us, Lord. Help us to get back in that place. Help us to get to that place, Lord, that we embrace the making.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Put me under her hand so she can grip me. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get back up under that apostolic anointing. Put a grip on me because I got a wild nature. Yes, Lord, I got a wild nature. And there's something wild about me needs to be up under our right hand. You know, this is a scripture that denotes those who have that wild nature as wild asses. It's in the Bible. And when you're not under suggestion, under authority, you are just a wild ass. Yes. A woman of God preached a message one time. Wild asses on the loose. Church with no restraints. No guidelines, no boundaries. That's the folk that got all the folks in it. You know there's no restraints. You know, I said it. Yes, I did. I said it. And we're gonna air this. You need some boundaries. You need some lines. so you can live holy.
Yes. Yes.
So you can get over those vices in your life. I'm talking to you, right there, looking at the screen. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You need those lines.
Yes.
I'm back to y'all.
Amen.
Yes, Lord. You have to know you need it. And there's benefits to it. Last verse 10. There's benefits to it. And the angel of the Lord said to her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude. He said, if you go back, return, submit, back in that position under her hand, the first order of business, he said, I'm going to multiply, which means to make large, to make big. Now, seed. Now, seeds are normally what? Small. The first part of this is apostolic right here. The first part of this, look at this, this is good. He said, I'm going to make large the seed.
Wow. Yeah.
Not the harvest, the seed. The seed is big.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody understand, listen, if you got a big seed, that means there's a seed inside of a seed. Come on here. Help me, God. Because it can't get that big except there was something powerful inside of it. If you return, if you submit, you get back under him. He said, first I'm going to make your seed big.
Yes. Well.
And after I make your seed big, he said exceedingly, which means now I'm going to expand it.
Yes.
Now he's talking about the harvest because the seed can't really expand except it's broken to harvest.
Yes. Lord.
Amen. Amen.
My God.
Yeah.
Play. I'm just going to stop.
Amen, Apostle.
They shall be numbered for multitude. There would not be anybody able to put their hands on it to identify it, the origination of it. The seed that produced a harvest that was so expanded, they couldn't figure out where they got started.
Hey. Woo. My.
Because somehow in the midst of it, they caught the light of God. And they can't see where you in and he begin.
Yes.
That's right.
He in and you begin.
Yeah.
Because you're one.
That's right.
How does that work? Blessings like that make you marvel.
All right.
Prophets talked about Queen Bathsheba with Solomon. His riches were so awesome. She wasn't no sideswiper, said she was rich herself. But what God had produced in him,
Yeah.
had expanded in him,
Oh, yes.
made her come like, man, let me check this out.
Yeah.
And the scripture says something like this: the half has not been told. You missed it. What she was saying was, I've seen it all, but I ain't seen it all.
Yeah. The best is yet to come. Yeah.
And since I caught a glimpse of it, I want to pour into that.
All right, apostles. Yes, Lord.
Which means those who return and have the right heart, the right soul, and God will begin to multiply that seed. God will cause increase to come. And not only in you, but He calls others to sow into you.
Yes,
It ain't about a prosperity message I'm talking about kingdom expansion. Somebody say kingdom expansion. This is our season of multiply. God is multiplying. He sent the word to confirm it. This is a season of multiply. They shall come from the north, south, east, and the west. They shall declare that this is the place that the Lord has made. We will rejoice in this place.
yes, yes, Lord.
All we have to do is be the right soul. Eventually, Sarah Saul got right.
Yeah.
She got over herself.
Uh-huh.
She She started embracing the process. And in the right season, she said, God, don't make me laugh. He's funny like that. When I used to could do it, I knew I could do it in myself. That's not when you get pregnant.
Yeah. That's it.
You get pregnant when you figure out you can do it yourself.
Yeah, all right.
You can't figure it out yourself. You can work it out yourself. That's when the Spirit of God sees you with something that's bigger than you can even imagine.
Yeah.
That's standing out over the building. The word is true. The word is powerful. Father, we thank you now for the anointing and rest in this house. Father, I'm praying for every soul. I'm praying for the soil of this ground. That this soil, Lord, would receive the seed. This is just a day of accepting. Let us be ready to receive it. And the seed penetrate our soul. God, we thank you for the anointing that pours upon it. The anointing that presses it. The anointing that pushes it. The anointing that agitates the seed. That it will produce the harvest. We say yes. We say yes to your will and yes to your way.